A group that's going to escort Kristopher Knowles down to the mall. You're going to have a chance to meet him, maybe talk to him a little bit. He's going to say a few words to you. He might answer a few questions as well. We have just a short presentation here, and then we are going to walk with him down to the mall. And we have a route that the police officer is going to give you in a moment, all right? And a few rules about that. When we get down to the mall, guys, we're going through the entrance, the fitness end of the mall, and we're going up where the Bucker two-store used to be, upstairs. And there's just a short reception in there. There's some dignitaries going to be there, all right? You may very well be on television, I don't know. So, people, what I want to say to you is, you were chosen because you're a nice cross-section of our school. You're a nice cross-section of our school, but we want you on your best behavior, all right? So you're going to stay until the end of the reception. I know one or two people have to leave because of other commitments, but most of you are there, and then you'll be dismissed after the reception. It's only going to be a short one once we get to the mall. Please, as you're walking along, you know, no language, enjoy yourself, but, you know, nothing that would be a discredit to the school, please. And good behavior, no rough housing, we don't want anyone hurt. Okay, and then we're going to have the police officer say a few things about the route and anything he might want in terms of this trip.
Who's going to do it? Okay, just a few things. We're going to be heading out Indian Creek Road here, headed eastbound to the lights to Queen Street. Okay, you're going to make a left at Queen Street, and we're going to walk Queen Street all the way down to School Street, okay, which is right across from the public library and backs on to the post office there. Okay, you're going to turn and make a right on School Street, which is a very short street, and then you're going to make a left on the 5th Street. Okay, you're going to go through the set of lights, down by the Sears Mall, and then right onto King Street and up onto the mall property. Okay, understand that? I need all of you. I'm the only cruiser, and I'm in an unmarked cruiser. So I am visible. Okay, I will have the lights on, but I'm not as visible as a fully marked cruiser. Okay, be aware that I'm going to be following from the rear. Okay, so that nobody comes up on us too quickly. You're going to be walking on a highway, okay, which is a posted 50-kilometer zone. Most of the cars on that highway will be traveling between 60 and 70 kilometers an hour. Okay, there is potential for injury here. Okay, you need to be aware and cognizant of the traffic. Okay, there are a lot of bad drivers and inattentive drivers, and they won't even see us on the roads. You need to make sure that you're in the curb lane at all times, okay, and stay away from the center line. Okay, a lot of the motor vehicles that are going to be passing on the left, okay, will be coming in close proximity to that yellow dotted line. Okay, so you need to stay in a compact group together. I don't want you stretched out in half a mile. Okay, you should be in a nice tight group, walking close together in a direct route. Okay, and I'll do the best that I can to block the traffic from behind. You'll obey all traffic signals. Okay, and then when we get to those intersections, proceed as quickly as you can through them. Okay.
I got a 40-foot motorhome with lights on the back, so it's probably better if I follow behind them and you lead us.
Okay, that's fine.
I didn't know that's huge, and anybody going to hit us, they're not going to get to the kids. To me.
Because we're going too slowly,
Got lights and stuff.
moving too slowly, okay? So if you...
That's usually how we do it.
All right, now at this time, we're going to have Kristopher come in, and we've got a couple of people from SAA and Students Council that just want to say a few words to you, and then we're going to have him talk for a moment. Okay, so...
Where's the torch? You got the torch, George? Is he going to be carrying the torch?
Yeah.
Folks, have your attention, please. This is Kristopher Knowles and George Marcello. They're here today, as you know, to raise awareness for organ and tissue donation. On behalf of Governor Secondary School, I'd like to welcome you here. I know all of our students and staff going to say a few words about Kristopher's story.
Reaching your 13th birthday is not a milestone for most people, but for Kristopher Knowles and his family, it is a cause for celebration. Kristopher was born 9 weeks early on April 29, 1990, at St. Joseph's Hospital in London, Ontario. After undergoing several life-saving surgeries, Kristopher developed a yellowish tinge to his skin that was initially attributed to his other health complications. When the yellowish hue failed to disappear after several months, tests revealed that Kristopher had biliary atresia. For the past 10 years, Kristopher had undergone surgery to combat an array of health problems associated with cirrhosis of his liver. At 11 years old, he suffered from severe abdominal bleeding caused by excess fluid in his spleen and had to undergo procedures every 3 weeks to combat his internal bleeding. Presently, things have improved with Kristopher, making only 2 visits to the hospital in the past year and a half. Despite these challenges, Kristopher refuses to let anything slow him down. When he's feeling good, he loves to participate in his 2 favorite things, hockey and running. No one knows what Kristopher's future will hold, said Kelly Knowles, Kristopher's father. All we know is he has the most incredible will to live.
Now we have a member of our student council, SAA, to say a few words.
Hi, I'm Allison Watson, and I am a representative of the Student Athletic Association.
And I'm Sean Seagren, and I'm a representative from the Student Council.
And on behalf of the entire student body, we would just like to welcome you to John McGregor Secondary.
It's a pleasure for us to host this greatly determined individual on his quest to raise awareness about organ donations. John McGregor is going to support your efforts by donating $200 from Student Council.
And the proceeds from a broomball game in February from SAA. On behalf of everyone here at McGregor, we would like to present you with this t-shirt, hat, and lanyard.
Ooh. Yeah, we get a picture.
Honor and answer today.
The kid. The shirt.
Okay, now we might have time for 1 or 2 questions. Is there anything that, or maybe Mr. Marcello and Kristopher would like to say something?
First of all, today is day 337 for Kristopher. He's almost finished. He's got a week left. He's from Sarnia, and he's going to be making his way to his hometown in about night. And then he finishes on December 17th in Toronto. That'll be his final day. But he also got invited by the Premier of Inuit to go over there for a couple of days. So he's going to bring an extra heavy coat when he gets there. There's another announcement that I wanted to make. There's a magician. He's a very renowned magician and illusionist. He's putting on a show next week here in Chatham, December 15th at Ursuline High School. And we're hoping that it's going to be at 7 o'clock. Tickets are for sale, $10 a family, so that means that 4 or 5 of you could get together and be a family. And we're hoping that you can attend this show, and all the proceeds are going to go to Kristophers Wish. And you know, I just want to thank you on behalf of everybody here. This is Kristopher's dad, Kelly, and Kristopher's mom, Sandra. And we got time for 1 or 2 quick questions for Kristopher.
Is there anyone that has a question?
So it's next Thursday, right?
Next Wednesday night, the 15th.
Next Wednesday at 7 o'clock.
At 7 at Ursula.
Well, I know one question. All right, go ahead.
Is it hard to have to miss so much school and not be able to hang out with your friends?
In a way, it is hard. I've been away for about 11 and a half months now, and haven't went to school yet. But our schooling's on the road, so I have to kind of do it by myself.
And what grade are you in?
Where's the camera case?
He's been carrying this beeper with him all along. And he's actually gone through 3 generations of beepers in the last 13 and a half years. So he was carrying this with him, and we were hoping, you know, any day that he was going to get a call. That's the good part is, you know, he successfully made it across Canada. The sad part is he's still on the waiting list, and we're still hoping he's going to go off one day.
Did they give Kristopher feedback in terms of how he's moving up the list?
Sometimes the doctor came out to make an announcement actually in February, beginning of this month, in London, and announced that he was at the top of the waiting list at that point. And he announced, he was pretty optimistic that he was going to get a call. But that's happened to him like so many times in his 13 years where they told me he was going to get a call. That, basically, he's had to accept, you know, this kind of life, you know, and what, I mean, the first time I met him, what impressed me was the way he handles it, you know, like knowing that any day he can pass away, his liver can just stop working, and you know, and he's waiting for this call, and he handles it with a smile, like, just good.
I guess for some of you, you don't know much maybe about the donation, but we sign cards to say that we will be an organ donor here in Canada. In Spain, they actually have the reverse. You sign a card if you don't want to be a donor. And I know the students that in some of our classes who did write opinion papers feel very strongly that we should be an opt-out society rather than an opt-in one. So
I'm glad that you mentioned that, because that's the same feedback we've been getting right across Canada with schools.
yes, it's the young people.
Young people take the initiative here to really make a difference in our country. If we didn't have that system in place, Kristophers' life would have probably been saved by now, or the call would have come in. And the same with thousands of other kids that are in need. So, you know.
What about Bill 156? Bill 156. Bill 156.
Bill 156 is a provincial bill that's coming out. The first reading was done by MVP Peter Cormus. I don't think you guys watch those provincial legislative shows. They're pretty boring, but if you can just remind the students about Bill 156, and you know, it's the kids that are going to make the difference. That's what we believe.
So you should watch the news, and we will too, and we'll kind of keep you posted about, you know, what is happening. So I think we should head out.
Get the mirror. You see the kids through the mirror. On the building.
Should have made it more clear to me.
But it never would happen. The casino sound going off.
Let it run.
Yes, it did. In cars 943 instantly won an invitation for them and a guest to go to the CKSY night at Dresden Slots. Linda, Kathy, and Sandra on the callers 943. So congratulations to you three. And let's make that casino sound to go off again because Walter could have that happen during his show today between 2 and 7. And how? There at CKSYFM.com. Coming up musically, we've got music from Jack Soul and something to take you back for a little while.
We've got unique gifts, we've got diamonds.
They were loud then. It wasn't that long ago. They better be loud now. First of all, I would like to thank everybody for attending. Most importantly, the teachers and students of John McGregor School, Bridget McGuigan, Chip Gordon, Gail Stucker, George Marcellus, and our honored guest, Kristopher Knowles. And without him, Kristopher wouldn't be here without his parents, and they're also here, Kelly and Sandy. They're here supporting him. The first time I was introduced to Kristopher was January the 8th of this year. I was really impressed by his determination to accomplish his goal, to raise awareness and importance for organ and tissue donorship. He chose a medium of walking across Canada to accomplish this task. We at the Downtown Chatham Centre have been following Kristopher's progress. The lady actually that's been following it most closely is Betty Flynn here. We have a map in the Mull Walker's room, and each place he's gone to is a red pin. To date, I don't know if you know this, but each place he's gone to is a red pin. To date, I don't know if you know this, but Kristopher has visited 227 cities and towns across Canada in 341 days. I got involved with Kristopher because a friend of mine died waiting for a liver transplant. I decided then that I would do everything I could to raise the awareness and the importance of organ and tissue donorship. At this time, I'd like to introduce Bridget McGuigan, who's going to speak on behalf of our MP, Jerry Pickett.
I got really prepared today. I actually did a speech. I know I was doing it, but I thought there was going to be so many of you, I better have a speech. So I'm so happy to be here today to represent my boss, Mr. Picker. Can everybody hear me okay? I know it wasn't working so long ago. What a wonderful opportunity it is to meet you, Kristopher, and you're truly a shining star. I loved your video, and what a wonderful, courageous and determination that you have. It's an inspiration to all of us, and we as citizens here at Chatham, Kent, are so happy to be with us again on your homeward bound portion of your year-long campaign. You've helped so many people with your campaign by letting them know how important organ transplant is. I know that with your efforts, you are helping to save more and more people every day. Organ donation in our country is still approximately 40%, which can be attributed to several barriers, including fear, general mistrust, ingrained misconceptions, and family wishes. With your promotion and awareness, you have helped make society become more aware of the importance of organ donation. Your incredible desire to live and spread the news of organ transplants has even inspired me to fill in my first card. It's right here. I filled it in 2 days ago. I just received a new license, so I filled it in immediately after reading your article this week when I was learning all about you. So thank you. It's been an honor to meet you, and all the best.
Turn around this way. Get a picture. Can we get a picture? Chris, lose the gum.
There you go. Thank you.
Sorry, I was also missing thanking Press for being here, and also our chief of police. I'm sorry, Carl Ferber. Sorry, memory's gone. Next, I'd like to introduce Chip Gordon, who's going to speak on behalf of the mayor.
Thanks, Linda, very much, and welcome, Kristopher, to Chatham, Kent again. To the youth, thank you for being here. As you can recognize, Kristopher is approximately the same age as the whole group. You are the youth carrying the rest of Canada forward. So this is important to you today to see a young fellow to do well in what he's achieved and doing across Canada. I'd like to recognize certainly one of George Marcello for passing the torch on, because he came into Wallaceburg many years ago, came through the whole thing, and he did the run or the walk or whatever throughout Canada for the donation. So on behalf of the community of Chatham, Kent, wherever you may be, whatever you wish to be, please help. And your donor recognition is very, very needed. Wouldn't it be neat right now if you hear that cell phone ring, and that would be a donor wanting to be able to help him out? Can you imagine the opportunity for that? And so, Kristopher, on behalf of Mayor and Council, thank you very much for all your efforts being here. And let's give Kristopher another hand. Thank you very much.
This next lady, I had the privilege of meeting, actually, the first time I met you, Kristopher. It's Gail Stoker from the Langston Kent School Board.
Good afternoon, and hi again to Kristopher and your team. As Linda said, I met Kristopher and his parents at Johnson Memorial School, which was his home school where he was a grade 8 student, last January, and that's a school in Sarnia. And immediately I was attracted very much to the cause, the challenge, and we've been spreading the word of that ever since. As a school board in several schools with your students, we've traced him across his trip, We've gone onto the website. I'm sure you've heard about it at your school. He would answer you if you went onto the website throughout his trip. I'm really proud to see John McGregor here. That's a school where I know there's amazing staff and amazing students because I was once part of your school community. And it's really good that you've taken the time today, not just to learn about it and watch a video, but to walk and get a little wee taste of what it must have been like for 11 months and the trip that Kristopher has nearly finished. Kristopher, you model what we're looking for in students. As a public school board, we really commit to the values of setting goals, Kristopher did it, determination, and caring for others. And if you can take that message from Kristopher, you've learned a more important lesson today than you would have learned sitting in your English class or your math class. So I'm glad that your administration allowed you to come out. Kristopher, congratulations on what you've done. We wished you well 11 months ago. The only disappointment is that you're still here because we would have liked you to have said, well, we can't finish because we're in hospital getting that transplant. And we'll keep watching for that. Hopefully the media will continue to follow Kristopher. We'll hear more and more about his story. But like many others, they deserve that chance. And we've got to fight for that along with him. So thank you all for coming. Thank you for including me in your day. And best of luck as you finish this next step.
Speak.
And I'm Sean Seagren, and we are grade 10 students at John McGregor Secondary School. And we just want to let you guys know that we heard about Chris from a reading assignment we did from the Toronto Star.
And we're going to do everything we can to, we're in favor of the opt-out program for organ donations, and we're going to do everything we can to promote it around our school and in our community.
And Chris, I just want to say you are truly an inspiration for everyone.
Next, I'd like to invite George Gonzalez to say a word.
My voice is probably loud. First of all, I want to thank you for coming on here, and also all the other guests that came out here today, and you and everybody. And you know, once again, I know we said a few words at the school, but we really want to thank John McGregor High School for participating, taking an interest in this. You know, Kristopher along the way visited about 200 schools, and our focus was mostly the students to understand what Kristopher was trying to do. You know, one of the sad things is Canada has one of the lowest rates in the world when it comes to organ donations, and we should be at the top, where we enjoy our status in most of the things, especially when it comes to health-related things. So, Kristophers Wish was to get Canada to the top when it comes to organ donations, for Canada to one day have the highest rate. And part of the way to do that is to start looking at another system. And I don't know, it just gives us so much happiness that you understand the importance of having an opt-out system, because that's eventually what we're going to try and achieve. We have to try and encourage and inspire the provincial and federal leaders in our government today to understand why it is so important to create this system. And we're going to need a lot of students' help. And I'll tell you, you're not alone, because there's 200 other schools, and probably there's going to be a lot more that are going to join in, so that we can inspire the government to really start making some needed changes, and hopefully we will get Canada to the top. We start making some needed changes, and hopefully we will get Canada to the top where it belongs. So that's our mission. The finish line is in Toronto on December 17th, but our real finish line is when we get this system created, the opt-out system. And we're going to need your help. So I hope you guys stay pumped, even after Kristopher leaves. I hope you don't, forget about what happened today and keep pursuing this mission of getting the opt-out system. And I got a feeling we're going to meet again. At that point in time, we're going to hopefully make a difference and get this system created. I also want to take this time to acknowledge another very special person. During our campaign, we had a lot of things to do and details and tasks and all that kind of stuff. And we sort of met a few angels along the way that helped us to accomplish these things. And one of the angels that we met was Biliary Atresia. We met her just before the walk started when we were organizing it, and she stepped right up to the plate and just brought so much enthusiasm and so much. She helped with so many things. I don't know where. I mean, besides creating the board here at the center, she helped out with so many things, and she helped create today's event as well. So you're our Chatham angel, Linda, and thank you for everything that you do. Once again, mention that we're going to have another visit by Chris in Chatham on December 15th. There's a magician, his name is Michael Dorada. He is contributing 5 performances for Kristopher. He's a magician and an illusionist. And he's got an awesome show, and this is going to take place December 15th at 7 p.m. at Ursuline High School. And we're hoping we can sell as many tickets as possible, and all the proceeds will go towards Kristophers Wish. And the tickets will be $10 for a family. So you can bring as many, you can say you have as many individuals in that family as you want. So we're hoping that the media can help us to sell those tickets as well. And I guess I'll give it back to Linda. Thank you so much.
And now our honored speaker, honored guest, Kristopher.
I guess I'd just like to say thanks to everybody for coming out today and supporting my 340-something today, I'm not sure yet. 41. And it's been a great trip, and I'm glad. The best part about this whole trip was just meeting students like yourselves and talking to them face-to-face about organ and tissue donation. It's not really an easy thing to talk about, dying and stuff, and when you're going to die, what do you want to do? So it's a hard thing, but I'm glad that you guys are out here supporting us, and thank you.
Thank you again, Kristopher. At this time, we're just about ready to wrap up. I think there's one more person I'd like to thank personally. She really helped me out a lot. And she helped me out a lot about 12 years ago when I went back to John McGregor High School as a mature student, it was named back then. Gloria Ross, and when I called her on this, she said, I can't believe you're doing this. She said, we've just gone through all of this in English class. So she's really the one to be thankful for this. She spearheaded this. Thanks again, Gloria. Thank you, Kristopher, for making us aware of all of this, because you are and I hope you get your Christmas gift of your neighbors. Thank you for coming.
It's called Biliary Atresia. Help me.
Billiary. Atresia. Atrishia. I'm not.
And now what is it? What is it? He can tell you.
He was born without a common bile duct.
So it's not a liver disease then?
Oh yeah, he's got cirrhosis of the liver.
Oh, I thought it would just be. It doesn't seem like it's a disease to me. It seems like it's just a.
No, it's a disease.
It is?
He's got
Okay.
cirrhosis of the liver. His liver's dead. He needs a liver transplant.
Maybe that's easier.
He's had 20 operations to keep him alive. Chris, come here. Show me your belly. Show me your belly real quick.
I remember it well. I still got it there.
So you never know he was sick.
What's this big one?
That was one of the early life-saving surgeries to keep him alive. All of those are to keep him alive. Those are just Band-Aids. Those are all Band-Aids, basically, to keep him alive. We're waiting for a transplant. The only thing that's going to save his life is a transplant.
So how has he been okay the last 11 months?
Been excellent. Actually, he got really sick in British Columbia,
which is too bad because I used to live there. It's a great province.
But other than that, yeah, right at the very end, he missed out on Whistler kind of thing.
Did you go to Kelowna?
Yes.
That's where I used to live.
Oh yeah. It was all
I'm from
beautiful.
here, but I moved out there for a couple of years, so that would have been nice. Did you go there in the summer part of your tour?
Sort of, yeah. Actually, July.
Oh yeah, it wasn't really summer. There's still snow where we were.
In the
mountains.
Yeah, there's always though.
It was near summer, actually, just the beginning of summer, actually. Just beginning.
That's some beautiful.
June and July. June, mid-July.
And you started off in Sarnia?
Yes.
January. And you've been with him all the way along.
I've known her for, actually, I knew her.
So that means taking lots of time off of work.
A year.
She happened to
Whole year from
And you're gonna, are you?
wife, my other 2 kids at home.
Oh, does he have siblings?
Yeah, sibling and sister.
I said, this is
And it wasn't.
I gotta go with it.
What's the word I'm thinking of? You know, inherited.
No, we don't. It just
Yeah.
contracted sometime after birth, and we don't know how. They never know. Nobody knows how or why that disease just happens. 1 in 10,000 kids, and 90% of them die before they're 2. So you agree with them unless they receive a transplant. Kristopher, for some reason, is eating all y'all. All the doctors baffled. They don't understand why he's still walking, how he's still doing what he's doing.
Well, to do a cause like this,
People don't
probably.
want to talk about death.
Die before 2 with this particular
disease. Yeah.
Now, before you're gone.
Unless they have a transplant.
Wow. And where are you guys headed next?
Going home tomorrow. He's got a magic show in Sarnia that they're going to make him.
This same man that's going to be here?
Next week.
Okay.
He's going home and skits in Sarnia, and they're doing a magic show tomorrow night. And they're going to make him appear.
Does he miss his siblings?
He misses his
How old are they
wife.
compared?
17 and 16. 14.
That was your baby? That's your
He's
baby?
my baby.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Wow.
It's been quite a road.
Did you guys go down and see the
No, we're going to go down.
Are you? Okay. Good.
Yeah, definitely.
Congratulations. I can't. The weather?
No, Linda.
Oh, I thought you said the weather. Because the weather's been great
Today
too.
it's beautiful here. I couldn't believe how nice it is. Like we've been
Where
all
were
through
you
New
just
Brunswick,
last?
Windsor yesterday,
Yeah.
and then Welland before that. It was snowing there, and we were in New Brunswick, and it was a cold snow. And
were you guys there?
every year for the snow. So it's been. I've seen winter already. I've had enough. I want warm weather.
Were you guys in Nova Scotia during that mess?
Yeah, and we were there when we were in Newfoundland when Hurricane Charlie went through.
No way.
Yeah, it beat the motor home up pretty good. It hurt us pretty good. It was a rough story.
Well, I asked him. I just can't even believe he's got to see so many things though. You know, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, Canada, all Canada.
Yep.
He'll always be big.
Many cities as we could get to in the year that we've been out.
They're trying to pull.
I'm tired of moving.
Action-packed.
This would not have been possible.
I know more than you know.
And that's what Chris said.
There's no way.
That's right.
I know. Yeah. It'd be nice. I bet. It's going to be something crashing me over right here.
George, you want to walk down to me now?
Make it more tense.
Are you set to go down there? Or do you want to show me?
Yeah, look, you guys first.
Yeah.
What you have to do.
Because I just want to.
We're all done here. I'm going to leave it. Did she ever get a CD? You guys can lock it up and like stuff.
Here on this, and you're going to present it.
Thank you.
He's grown at least 6 inches on this trip since we started. Well, you saw him in the one picture there. He was this high. He was 10 there, and then last year he was probably up in here.
The last month he was so ever since the New Brunswick. No. A lot of phone conversations. Yeah. With your 2 other kids. Yeah, it's fun. So I went on a few trips twice, so that was nice. Thank you very much for coming and covering this. I really, really do appreciate this.
Well, let's get through here.
I want to take a picture of that. Yeah.
We're going to take lots of pictures of that.
Where are you from?
Sonia.
Are you? Do I know Brianna?
Yes, Mom.
I know, but she's growing up. Do you remember me? What school?
Hannah.
Hannah.
Went out with her.
Oh, I know now. What, do you live in Chatham now? Do you? Do you like it? No? Come on, Chris, you gotta come down this way. That's a really nice mall.
Discouraging in a lot of places, you know, like just as young as he is, you know, the way he is, as sick as he is, you would figure people would just come just to look at him and touch him, and you know, and it's been like we had a magic show in Ottawa, or not Ottawa, where was it?
Oh,
where the hell was that? 2 weeks ago. And it was well publicized. Newspapers, TV, it was well publicized. Not one person showed up.
North Bay.
North Bay. And that was our basically one of our starting points. Like North Bay is our inspiration.
Yeah. That fella, yeah.
Down to Daniel's house.
Yeah.
Not one person showed up. Not one. And it's basically free, you know, like $10 as many people as you want in your family kind of thing.
We had 2 T signs with Kristophers Wish, one other sign and this is it right here. Oh my God! Isn't that? Every day that gets changed and it just. Isn't that nice? Can I video? It's been recording this whole time.
They'll come up to me and they'll say, you know, you haven't changed it, or you know, hasn't moved yet, or.
Isn't that cool?
I've got the original. I'll give it to you. Do you want to come to my
You got that
office?
one,
I'll
right?
give you all of this.
You got
I got
that one, yeah.
I'll give you all of this. I've got the originals for it.
Oh, we just got you.
Call back.
Yeah, can I be right back?